Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly,
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Erik,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Erik.
Kelly?
Jason.
and Rick.
This week we watched The Wizard, directed by Todd Holland, written by David Chisholm, starring Fred Savage, Luke Edwards, and Jenny Lewis. IMDb synopsis: a boy and his brother run away from home and hitch across country. With the help of a girl they meet to compete in an ultimate video game championship. So what do you guys think?
Surprisingly enough, I actually like this movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, it's a Jason movie. It's probably gonna be terrible.
Thanks, Erik.
Well, you do.
And
have
then
a
it
record.
turned out it wasn't too bad. I was actually like, this is a pretty good movie, you know?
When I saw it as a kid, I really enjoyed it. I was probably about 10, so it was like the peak of my into video games. So I loved it.
That was the peak of when you're in video games. Is this all downhill now?
It's all downhill.
Yeah.
Now I have to pay for shit. I can't just spend my allowance on video games. I can't spend all day playing them.
You got an allowance?
No. It was like I begged and begged and begged, and I'd get one for my birthday.
You got paid. They actually bought you video games though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And Erik
my
went
grandma-
Mr. Robot.
Oh really?
Oh, bad.
You're fine now. It's just
Oh,
for a
anyway, so we got our NES, right? So my mom decided that was hers,
Mm-hmm.
and then she played it. And
I still don't get that. That's like
I'm not shitting you. I had to help her hook it up when I was a little kid.
So you should have
And then-
unhooked it, and then she wouldn't have had anything to play.
I did.
Exactly.
I'm not shitting you. She played it, and then one day, then I found out from my grandma that it was actually supposed to be for us. She goes, "Do you guys like your Nintendo?" And I said, "I have never played on it." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're not allowed to even get near it." Well, I told your mom that was for you guys, and I was like, "Oh,
Why would that be
I can fix that." So I was like, "RF adapter, RF don't adapt to anything." And then my mom's like, "It doesn't work anymore." I'm like, "Must be broken. Better give it away."
Because if you couldn't have it, then nobody can have it, right?
That's exactly right.
I guess
well,
nobody
I
in the
mean, you
house.
know, I had to hook it up.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's bullshit. You shouldn't have somebody hook up like something that's for them anyways. And then I don't know, the whole finding out it was for us really pissed me off.
That is the
So-
shittiest story I've ever heard from you out of all your shitty stories. That is the one where I'm like, that is shit.
There are some pretty bad ones, but yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
not very-
definitely not the worst thing
Well,
that's
that's not
ever
worst.
went down in that place. But it's like, wow, I was in shock. I was like, wait, because we actually played on her Nintendo. My brother Robert and we played River City Ransom on
That's a
my
good one.
grandma's Nintendo. I don't know if you guys ever played that game.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so there was this part where if you threw a pipe just right, you could get the enemy's eyes to like shoot out of their head.
Nice.
Okay, which we found out by accident. So we spent like an entire day just seeing how many times we can get the other, the eyeballs
would.
to fly out of their head. And she's seen how much we liked it, and I like this movie a lot because it reminds me of doing that with Robert. Because Robert was like, if you were playing like a fighting game with Robert,
Yeah.
he could fucking near close his eyes and beat your ass.
So you could have taken him to this tournament. He could have kicked some ass.
If it was a fighting game, yeah. If it was like a jumping thing or whatever, I mean, he sucked ass at jumping.
Not good at platformers then.
No, well, I mean, I think that's like to be an Anderson, you have to be shit at platformers.
Is it just because you guys are so spastic? You're just like just hitting.
I
buttons?
don't know. I think it's more of a aggression thing where we want to jump too soon.
Yeah.
instead of waiting into the last second and then you get that perfect jump. We're both do the same shit. We'll be like just get on the platform and then jump for the other thing that you have to be, and then we'll be like, this bullshit. You can't even make the jump. Bullshit. This fucking game is bullshit. You can't even make the jump.
Fucking hacking.
I can't believe that these guys got away with using the 2x likeness without having to pay him.
The 2x likeness. Which one?
What?
Yeah. Well, obviously Lucas is the 2x when he was that age. He's super tall, lanky. He's a video game killing machine. And since that was the 1992 championship, I mean, second place isn't bad. But then he went on to win the 1993 and 1994 back-to-back world championship.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you literally just hunched over laughed just right
It was
there.
hilarious.
I've missed something.
It's Dr. Disrespect, dude.
Okay.
You should watch some of his shit. He's pretty funny.
He is actually pretty funny. Like at first, when he first showed me, I'm like, "Who is this doofus?" And then before we, lost the internet, and he was watching full time videos of him, and so I would hear that his beginning like song or whatever or something, and like I'd be asleep and wake up. It's like, "Are you listening to Dr. Disrespect?" Yeah, and he's pretty entertaining actually. Like even when he gets mad, it's not like like cussing or whatever. It's just it's pretty funny watching him get mad. Besides, I mean, yeah, he has like his joking mads, like this is corny. This game is corny, and then he'll be like, just like, rah! I mean, that's slam things kind of, but it's entertaining. He's definitely an entertainer to watch.
One of the funniest things ever is watching that guy playing Blackout and then getting that flash grenade.
9
and he'll just look at the camera and be like, "Well, the game, it's done. There's nothing I can do." I don't even know why it doesn't just kill you. The flash grenade should just kill you right there because you never not die.
Well, unless like one of us is playing and we just shoot all around them.
Yeah, that's
As
true.
opposed to hitting them.
You mean when I play?
I'd flashbang myself on the way into the room and just spray bullets everywhere, and then I'd be reloading when the flashbang wore off, and the other guy would just shoot me.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So that works.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Same with me. Me and Steve have a technique. It's called Erik charges them. And then Steve shoots them
around them until maybe I hit them.
So we were playing, and we won a match by using the Erik charge him technique. I shot him a bunch of times. Then Steve finished me off, to complete the decoy.
Yep.
And then killed the other guy.
I had to make the guy think that I was on his side, not Eric's side.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
I
I mean,
lulled him
Steve
into
was
a
able
false
to
sense of
win the match.
security.
When he killed the guy, we won. So it was like,
Yeah.
I did my job.
So you shot Erik in the back while he was charging to kill the guy.
Oh, a whole lot.
Steve was all right. Let's be real here.
It was
Steve
the best.
I watched his video.
It was the
Steve
best
was trying
shot.
to hit the guy.
It was the best aim I have ever had, and I hit Erik with every shot.
Thanks.
And the only reason I took the other guy down is because Erik had taken his life down pretty far.
You and Erik could have taken that guy down really easy if you just aimed at Erik.
Yeah. Well, in that match, though, Erik didn't kill anybody. I killed everybody.
No, I didn't kill
too.
anyone.
And you guys won?
Yeah.
Wow, this charge and Steve Kellum thing seems to work out.
Yeah, Erik just gets hurt a lot.
While they're in their inventory, Steve can shoot him.
I think my favorite one was where we killed a couple guys, and then Steve was, what the fuck happened? I went outside or something, and there's two guys,
There's
and
two
he
guys.
says, Steve goes outside and then just shoots right in between them.
I think he had a shotgun.
I snuck up on them
Yeah.
with a shotgun and shot 4 times around them before
With-
I hit them
at point
once.
blank.
Yes, really close. Before I hit them once, and they killed me.
Nice, dude. Nice.
I watched the video of that like 5 times because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was a very impressive technique.
Yeah,
Takes some skill to do that.
Yeah, it actually takes a tremendous skill to suck that much.
Oh, it wasn't sucking. He was trying to deter them from raiding Eric's body in a harmless manner.
I was like, get out of here! You know, like you do to like
Yeah.
animals or something like that on your
True,
land.
Yeah, you fire some shots into the air to scare the animal off. He was trying to do that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Didn't work. The animals had guns, and they killed them, and better.
Oh God. That's terrible.
So this totally reminds me of like, of course, I wasn't ever a kid playing video games other than the River City Ransom
Eric
time.
was never a kid. He just spawned into existence as an adult.
Pretty much. At least as far as my work experience reads, that's what it looks like.
Or body hair.
Or body hair. That's definitely true. Yeah. So I remember like, so I played like Borderlands was like one of my first. Actually, you know what? That's not true. I played Diablo 2. So I think I was like, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, somewhere between the ages of 13 and 17. And I played that with my brother Robert. I had a computer that my mom thought was broken that I had fixed, and was playing on that. And then we played that together, and we beat Diablo at like, I think I was level 22 and he was level 23 with 2 paladins. And that was awesome. That was probably like our best time.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been good. I'm trying to think of any video game that I've actually been good at. I guess if you give me like a strategy game, I'm fine with that, but don't make me like no Twitch shooter things. I have fun playing them, but I think the closest I came to like shooters was Modern Warfare 2. I think I played that a lot, and I still wasn't in like I could win thing, but I could get second or third.
Steve, me and you on Bad Company killed some people.
Yeah, but that didn't take anything.
That
took me camping and shooting people who came around the corner.
Yeah, people were really not good actually at that game for some reason. They never came against a good person or a good team. We always kicked the crap out of everybody. I don't know what it was. Good players just didn't play that game.
Well, they didn't play it the right way. They went after kills instead of.
That game was entirely based on keeping
points.
a flag, keeping a point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, why is Battlefield not like that now?
I don't know.
That's
everyone
actually a
wanted
lot
to go
more
by
fun
kills?
defending a point or trying to take a point than just running it. Like right now, it's like this big circle jerk where you just it's like the race to see who can capture the points the fastest in the circle.
I think they need to make holding points worth more, and then it would make people do that more. But it's just so much of like, oh, I got this point now to the next point. Oh, the bad guys caught, or the other guys caught that point. Okay, well now we're going to the next one, because I think capturing the point is worth it's worth too much, so much more than just holding that point for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, in Bad Company, if you held a point, you'd get points just for sitting there holding it, and if you killed an enemy that was trying to take it, you got as many points basically as you would if you captured one. So it made it really worth your while to try and hold points, because
that's what it should be.
That's how you won the game, is your team would collectively get the most points to win. And because me and Steve would sit there and hold 1 point together the whole time, me and him could single-handedly win a match against like 10 people because of the fact that we actually held them.
Well, that's what it should be, because in real life warfare, like you don't just take a point and then run away and then let them take it back while you're taking another point. That's what lost us Vietnam. That doesn't work.
That's why we lose so much in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, you want to take a point and then stay there and murder them, Yeah.
I
don't know. Silly.
So,
but yeah,
watching this movie, Fred Savage should never be allowed to carry any money around with him, right?
No.
He's just like, he gets it stolen from him every fucking time he takes it out of his pocket.
True story.
Yeah.
When they got the money in the casino and she hands him the cash there, I'm like, why the fuck are you giving him any money? You should not be allowed to have any money on him.
Yeah.
Give him just a tiny bit, and then that's it. He doesn't get any more. He has to come back and ask for it, because he's not gonna he's gonna lose it.
Yeah, but I mean, we would have missed that hilarious "Hey Babe" with his sunglasses on scene.
Damn it!
So dumb.
Kelly was rolling her eyes so friggin' bad.
I was afraid they wouldn't come back to normal. They were so far back there.
She's just like, oh my god, what the hell is this shit?
It made me think of South Park with raisins.
Oh God, yeah.
So in that movie, who was the girl who played in that part? The young girl, because she seemed really familiar to me. Does anybody know who she was?
Yeah, the only thing I know her from is Troop Beverly Hills.
Okay, I've seen that too. Maybe that's the other place I've seen her.
Yeah.
I kept looking at her thing, and I feel like I've seen her places.
Never even heard of that.
Yeah, honestly, that's the only thing I know her from. She's other things here and there, but I was like, okay, I know that face, and she looks similar to, in a way, because they're both redheads. The girl in Goonies, but I'm like, I know that's not right. So I had to look it up, of course, and I'm like, oh yeah.
What was her name?
She does resemble that.
Kind of.
She does.
I want to say like Dawn Lewis or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jenny Lewis.
Jenny Lewis. Yeah, that's it. Dawn's her sister or
Yeah.
cousin. I don't know.
Her sister or cousin, I don't know.
Some person, I have no idea.
There's probably a Don Lewis somewhere. It might even be a man, Don Lewis.
I might know one in real life. Like not like I've met. Like I'm really weird with names. I don't know.
She's in Pleasant.
Apparently.
Pleasantville?
That
sounds familiar.
It's the black and white, or
She was in Pleasantville?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Who
Pleasantville.
was she in
I
that?
remember that.
Girl named Kristen. I don't know.
I don't know why I asked you that because wait, who else is in that? There's Tobey Maguire, right?
Yeah, and isn't it Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah, Reese.
Okay, that's the one that I remember being in there, yeah. I was like, there's a blonde actress that's either Kirsten Dunst or the other one, which is Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah,
That's how my brain works.
Honestly, I'm looking at all these other movies, and I don't know, and nothing else here.
Yeah, nothing that really stands out. Like you don't know of the movies. They're just
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
yeah.
We all know where Spanky was from. Used cars. Jesus, Palomino.
Oh man,
That was so funny.
The
That's my favorite scene of that whole movie.
yeah, the child detective, let's call him. That guy was a creeper.
fucking
God,
creepy piece
yeah.
of shit.
The guy that was following them around, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
totally
creepy.
weird.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
everything about him was just
no.
weird.
He made
Yeah.
me feel like when the guy rammed his car and opened up his trunk, a whole bunch of ball gags and lube would just come raining out of his trunk.
Yeah.
I was
Fuzzy
like,
cuffs?
yeah.
I mean, like
And then
honestly,
maybe a cum bead have-
like honestly, I feel like that guy needs to go to jail, and so do the people who hired him, because like,
Yeah, the kid's
like
mom.
why the hell do you hire someone like that?
I'm gonna hire a potential, bad person to go get my kid.
Yeah, like, like
He was good at his job. He found them like every single time.
It's true.
Pretty much. That's what it seems like.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's like a bloodhound for underage children. I mean, that's not a good thing.
Couldn't have said it better, Ricky.
I mean, that's not a good thing.
No. That's something you want on your resume.
No, definitely not. Go down there. I
Yeah,
can
that-
find any 6-year-old child within 100 miles.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, we're not gonna hire you.
Give me
Have a-
20
have a
minutes
seat.
and
Have a
$20.
seat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just look at the guy. It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I used to be a member of the church. And you're like, uh-oh.
Do you know Tobey Maguire is in this movie?
Was he?
He is?
He's one of Lucas's goons at Video Armageddon.
Yeah, seems about right.
So,
Huh.
yeah,
Huh. Is he the... No.
he's probably the little one.
Probably the little one, probably.
I don't know. Is he a big guy? He doesn't look like a big guy.
No.
That
No.
doesn't matter. I think I had a kid in my school that was the biggest kid in class until like 7th grade. And then he just never quit. He just quit growing.
Really?
Yeah. It was weird. He was like almost 6 feet tall. No, he wasn't. He was like 5'6" or something in like 6th grade. And then that was it. He just grew to like full height and then stopped.
I knew a guy like that. It was a little worse, though. He was like the tallest
It was
kid
Jason
in like...
Spear.
No, he's the tallest kid through like 3rd grade. And then he stopped growing at 4'6" and never got taller.
And this person grew up to be Jason Spear.
It's because
I'm a little over
he
4'6".
smoked way too much on him.
Well, I mean, Jason, like
He's 4'6"
you
and a
take
half.
those platform shoes off, then
Jesus,
then
Ricky.
we'll see exactly how tall
He's
you
sitting on a whole bunch of phone books right now.
are. Well, he is.
That I will not confirm or deny any of what they're saying.
You know how long it took us to find fucking phone books nowadays? It's ridiculous.
I know, right?
We actually had to
And
pay
they're
for
all
these.
super small, so you have to get a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, like we have
Yeah.
like special
Oh,
order
yeah.
these things.
Special
talking about
order
comic
and a roll
books,
of duct
Steve?
tape to hold them all together.
No phone
No, phone
books.
books.
What if we putting comic books underneath him? Those things are too valuable.
Yeah, but if it was a comic book of a comic called Phone Books, you'd be like, yeah, we're gonna use this.
That's stupid.
So the amazing
dumb
adventures of Phone Book Man.
Yeah, Phone Book Man. He has
He's
phone books he
obsolete
slaps
now.
around criminals with his phone books, and he can call anyone
And
because
he
he's
can
Phone Book
find where
Man.
anyone's what anyone's number is
I-
as
Yeah.
long as they're listed.
Now
He
I'm
knows
watching
where
Rick and Morty.
everyone lives.
I'm watching one of the other realities on TV.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So
The Eye Hole Man.
Yeah. So what's up with Power Gloves?
Those were a thing that never worked out well. They could make them extremely well, but they were too expensive, so they'd cheapen them up to the point where they didn't work very well, and so it never really took off.
You know, I looked it up. I didn't know that they actually had like motion stuff in them too.
They had full motion
Wait, they
control. That was
did?
the point of the
Yeah.
glove. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can control quite a few video games with just motion. But because the motion control was the problem, they used, I don't remember what it was, but they used something that was less expensive than what they wanted to use to get the cost down. And then it didn't work as well, and so it didn't sell. Had
Right.
they had the cost higher and built them the way they wanted to, they probably would have sold better.
Because when that kid was playing it, he's like turning his hand like he's, steering a steering wheel. I was like, yeah, right. Like I was fully thinking it was just all the movie bullshit.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
doesn't
That's-
understand how
wait,
the things actually work.
It
And then I
actually
looked it
does
up.
that?
Yeah, I looked it up and I was like, oh shit. But it also, I don't know if it may work for that game though, because it said there was only a few games that supported the Power Glove anyway. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like that Super Scope that came out for the Super Nintendo. There was only like 3 games for it.
Not true. I own a Super Scope, and I think I have 12 games, which is every game they ever made for it.
Were they? How many of those were Japanese games?
None of them.
Like
I mean, they probably
knockoff,
all
like
were
you find
too.
in the
But
bottom of a bin of some like shady
No.
shop in the hole in the wall.
they were all.
Uh-huh.
Now, given 6 of those games are on one cartridge, so we're not talking about that right now. But the other 5 have their own cartridges.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Super Scope.
So what the hell is a Super Scope?
It's that big fucking like.
It's like a rocket launcher you put
yeah.
on your shoulder and shoot with. It's kind of like the Duck Hunt gun, only beefed up.
Oh.
I fucking love the Duck Hunt gun.
Yeah, I only learned recently that there's this 2-player to Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And the other person controls the duck.
No.
Or something like that. I don't know.
You take turns shooting.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
there
just
some-
a bullshit thing
Oh,
that
was there?
people say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like my uncle would get the controller and pretend like he was flying the fucking duck to fuck with us.
Okay.
And I was like, this motherfucker is fucking it up. Like I can't get him. And it added like it's way more fun though with somebody who does that. I'm telling you what, it's like the best. Because then you're playing against somebody and you're like, this fucking guy's too good at this thing, and he's over there like, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Have you guys watched
Dude.
videos on that? There's a VR game. That's like I can't remember if it's. I
Oh,
don't think it's
God,
called Duck
yeah,
Hunt,
I
but
remember that.
It's like you're a kid in the game that gets a new game. It's like Duck Hunt, and basically the
Are you
first
serious?
Yeah.
So the first few levels are you shooting ducks and stuff like that, but you're like inside of the game, and then it gets progressively darker and shit. And
Oh,
it's just
God,
it's
yeah,
a I don't know. Watch a video on it. I don't really want to spoil it for you guys, but
I
it's
want it
it's
spoiled.
fucking yeah. But Eric and Kelly might not.
I want
Uh,
to.
It gets real dark real fast.
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty fucked up game.
Yeah.
And then you find out that you're actually the duck. And someone gets to shoot at you.
Now, so let's see.
That'd be scary.
That would be, wouldn't it? Then you got to try and dodge some crazy people shooting at you. It's actually a massive online game where you get to take so many shots, and after you hit so many, then you become the duck.
So yeah, look for a game. The game's called Duck Season. Look for videos on that. It's,
Yeah, that is just.
Or you
yeah.
get to be the annoying dog in Duck Hunt that everybody would shoot 70 times when he laughed because it'd piss you off to no end.
Well, that dog definitely plays a large part in these videos.
Does he really?
Yes.
I used to, when I'd miss and
creepy
he'd come
shit.
up laughing at me, I'd waste every shot on my next turn just shooting at the stupid duck as he went into the grass. I mean, the dog. Yeah, whatever. Same difference.
Yeah.
It's a duck dog.
Is that why you lost? You're just shooting the dog the whole time?
Yeah, that
Fuck
dog
you,
would piss
dog!
me off. The way he'd laugh, it was stupid.
And now we know what
like the dog.
why Jason has a subconscious hatred for dogs.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Duck
probably it.
That or the fact
He
that I
never
had
had
one
like
rip
the
my side
cuddly
out.
dog experience, and then he
No.
had some dog laughing at him for his
Right?
performance.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it sounds like my life hasn't changed any.
Oh man.
Ugh.
So when this game came out, Mario Brothers hadn't even released yet.
You
Super
mean this
Mario
movie?
World 3. Say what?
This movie?
This movie. Did I say game?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, when
Yep.
the movie came out, Super Mario World 3 wasn't even going to release for like another 2 months. So that was pretty cool that they actually got the game in the movie way before it came out.
Well, I mean, it was out in Japan for months, so or for years probably.
Yeah.
That is true. It was out in Japan. But I mean, still, Nintendo holds things so closely guarded. I'm surprised they'd allow them to put it into the movie. Of course, they also got the Power Glove in there, which was, you know, probably helped boost sales a little bit, even though it never really went well. They got all their gimmicks. They also had Rob the Robot, and, you know, he sold a bit, but not great.
The hell was Rob the Robot?
He's a robot that plays video games with you. I have one. I should bring it over and set it up. So you set up
Wasn't
your...
there something called like a Virtual Boy or something?
I own one of those, too.
That thing will give you a fucking headache, man.
It will, but it's got really good 3D graphics, but they're all wireframe, and it's all red and black. Didn't
I
go
knew
well.
a kid who had one, and I wanted to punch him in his fucking face for talking about it.
Wow, considering that you didn't know I had one, I'm assuming that wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. It was this kid. I can't remember his name, but he was like a rich kid. He had like all the Nintendo, like every fucking game ever, and he like his mom and dad they had gotten divorced, and I think his dad spent all of his fucking paycheck trying to buy his love, and so did the mother. So he basically just got whatever he wanted. He was a real piece of shit too.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to punch him in his fucking face the whole time. I was like, this fucking guy's terrible. Like, don't sit there and talk about this crap. Like, I don't have any of that shit. Jeez.
Yeah.
But you know, he was just one of those turds.
Virtual Boy was
So-
their worst selling item they ever made, I think. When it came to like console / handheld type things. I'm not sure what that was. It wasn't a console, it wasn't a handheld, it was a little bit of both.
So the because Super Mario Brothers 3 was in this movie, they're saying it hyped the game so much that it sold 250,000 copies in 2 days.
Holy shit.
It was a
fucking-
great game though, too, so that helped, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because if on the first 2 days it got horrible reviews, it pretty much would have killed the sales right there. Nobody else would have wanted it.
Well, nobody would have known the first 2 days if it got
That's
bad
right.
reviews
No, back
anyways.
in
Yeah,
those
no shit. It would be
days-
like week number 3,
Yeah.
Video Game Magazine.
Yeah.
This game is a piece of shit. Oh fuck! I already bought it. Damn
Yeah.
it!
You know, I wish I was old
Back
enough now when Nintendo Power was a big thing and that fucking that call line that you would call in to get tips for video games. Because god damn, that would have been a fun fucking job.
That would have been awesome, yeah.
Oh, that would have been cool, wouldn't it?
Just like to get to sit there and fucking talk video games with people and play games all day.
I have the first 5 years of Nintendo Power, every single magazine in like mint condition. I'm sure they're worth nothing, but it means something to me.
Thank
They may
fuck
be-
you didn't move to Paradise before that fire. Then holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be worth something soon, or not soon, but eventually.
Yeah, eventually everything's worth something.
Yeah. Well, you know, apocalyptic future, those magazines will be like, you know,
That'll be like bottle caps.
exactly.
There you
Those will
go.
be like the $100
Yeah, but-
bills.
Those magazines will probably give you like plus 10% plasma damage or something.
Depends on the magazine, you know. Some of them will give you
Yeah.
extra strength.
So what are the portal
If they're all Jason's
Charisma?
magazines, it'll be like plus 50%. if they're all Jason's magazines, they'll be like plus 50% smugness.
Oh man.
Jason's
Which
like,
is-
man, I looked at that magazine one too many times.
It's a plus and a negative at the same time. I like it.
Just like everything. You know, did you guys like watching the dad actually get into the video games?
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I fucking
Yeah.
loved Ninja Turtles as a kid. That was a great fucking game.
That was a well done game. Me and my
Oh,
neighbor used to
that
play that a
game.
lot.
the arcade one was really
there-
good too.
Was there like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2?
I feel like
Game?
there had to have been.
Don't know.
Because I feel like there was a really good one that we didn't end up with. And then there was because I remember watching my mom play that Ninja Gaiden game.
That game's fucking hard.
I thi-
Holy
I
hell,
think
is
that's
that
what it
game
was.
hard.
And then she had the Ninja Turtle game, and of course she'd let us watch playing the game, which was super fun when you're a kid. And then let's see, what was it? I think she had like the crappy one though, because my buddies were like at school were like, "Yeah, that game's fucking sucks. It's so hard." I'm like, "All right."
Well, the first
you
one
go-
was really hard, but it was just
God,
a
it
lot of
was.
fun.
Oh, maybe it was the first one, and it was just pretty hard.
Because then there's also the arcade game that came out that was just fucking amazing. It was like if I could buy that game, I would buy that game. That and the Simpsons arcade game, those are both fucking amazing.
Oh yeah,
arcade
Simpsons
games.
arcade game. Yeah, remember that fucking game?
The only arcade game I remember is Street Fighter.
And then Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat 2. If I could get that, that'd be the three right there.
That'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool to play. Like
And
if
you
you
wanna-
had like one of the old ones where you could stand next to each other and we could.
Yeah,
They
that'd be
actually
kinda
have
fun.
a thing out there where you can actually like buy and make your own
yeah.
game like standing kiosk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they run on like a Raspberry Pi 3 or something. So it's an emulator. It's not the real thing. So, I mean, that might be fine for someone like Steve who doesn't care. But for someone like me, I'd be like, yeah, it's not real.
No, that's the idea that we were having with the go challenge people in downtown with a game cabinet. We get something that has a bunch of games on it, and then play against them. That would have been cool. Nobody
I was
has any
thinking
goddamn
we could actually make a game cabinet with just a monitor and then like an Xbox.
So
You just
my buddy,
like strap it all in.
my buddy
yeah.
Doug, he made a cabinet for himself with that PC that I was talking to you, or that we
Yeah.
yeah. So he made a cabinet out of that whole thing, and it looks fucking awesome. Just like
Really?
yeah, all the stuff. He's got a bunch of games on it. It's pretty sweet. It's just all emulators and shit, but it's pretty sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a big fighting game guy, so he's got a whole bunch of the like Tekken and
Have you
Mortal
seen it?
Kombat and Street Fighter.
Have you seen it in person or just in pictures?
I've seen it in person.
So have you gotten to play it?
Yeah,
Does it play like the old arcades?
yeah. I mean,
That's awesome.
as well as it can. I mean, you're not gonna have as much. I don't know. There's something about playing one of those old arcades. The controls feel
Yeah, it's
different than what you can
different,
do
yeah.
now. But
So maybe you
Yeah.
do care more than I thought. You wouldn't want an emulator either. You'd want an original because of the feel.
I mean, you're not going to find an.
Well, you
you're not gonna
literally
find
have
an
to go out there
emulator
and
of the,
find an old game or a cabinet and take the controls out of it,
Yeah.
or refurbish it in order to get that feel, because those types
Like
of controls
Razer
just
makes-
aren't made anymore.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Razer makes like a game cabinet style control setup for the Xbox.
Yeah, the big gamepad.
Yeah, I thought it would be pretty cool, but I was like, I'm not buying that because I will break it. Because I was
It's
terrible.
expensive,
Eric's gonna be
too.
playing Call of Duty
Yeah.
or some shit like that with one of those controllers.
Battlefield 1.
Uh,
Well, like we were in the playing the Street Fighter thing, and you guys know how sturdy those things were.
oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I snapped the fucking lever off playing Street Fighter when I was 12.
Oh shit.
Didn't those have
Yeah, I
like a
snapped it
metal
off.
rod in them?
Mm-hmm.
I broke it off. I fucking snapped that shit. I was really into it. I was like, I actually would play backwards where I'd have my my right hand hit the buttons and my left hand hit the buttons and my right hand run the joystick.
That is backwards.
Yeah. Anyway, so I got a little too hip thrusty and just snapped that shit right off, and I literally just set it down and just walked away and left a after baseball pizza party. I just left. And I will give my mom credit. Like, they came around and asking who did it. My mom's like, I don't know. And then she noticed I wasn't there and went, oh, he broke it, and then just left.
Well, that's because your mom didn't want to pay for it. Come on.
Well,
Yeah.
she already did pay for it. I think I put like $400 in that fucking thing. I mean, you know how many fucking times, like, my mom, we would go get pizza all the time, and I'd go with her to pick it up, and she'd let me play it on sometimes, and then we'd go have pizza. You know, we had. I was in baseball every year, and I think every time I'd end up spending like $50 of her money on playing games and on that thing. So, I'm 90% sure that I paid for the fucking thing. Plus, it's like wear and tear. If you
Yeah.
can have a 12-year-old break that thing off, it was already broken.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
You
Eric
know,
was playing it, and the last guy who was 34 playing it broke it off and then stuck it together with chewing gum, and Eric didn't notice when he snapped it.
I'm actually pretty sure I actually broke it, but
You probably did.
it was fine. And then I just snapped that shit right off. I was like, ugh. But
Go out the
years
emergency door, alarm starts going
could have
off.
just been like made wrong, and
I know who's
I
never
don't know.
playing my arcade machine now.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's not a good idea. I've broken lots of Xbox controllers as well. That's why I buy the ones with replaceable sticks, because I've broken those off several times.
Damn
Jeez,
it,
man,
Eric.
take it easy. No, I've got.
I get into it. I want to go faster, and the stupid game won't let me because the damn controller won't go far enough.
I've got a Donkey Kong machine, but I don't know if you're ever even into playing that game.
Oh yeah, I've never played Donkey Kong.
Really?
I love Donkey
That
Kong.
surprises
that
me.
was a really fun game.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't even
like
know
I said, I missed out on all that stuff. I think we might have had Donkey Kong. I know we had Zelda. I never got to play Zelda.
Zelda was fun.
I watched my mom play level 1 and 2 of Mario Brothers a million times and never get to pass like the first world. So there's that. And then Zelda, she played a lot, and then she got a cheat book for it or something and actually did okay on that one. But yeah, we didn't really get to play it. And then my mom wonders why we did stuff like beat the gutters off with baseball bats.
You know, when you take your boys' toys, they're gonna find someone else to play with, or mess up.
Yeah, the one that she got super mad was, though, my grandma bought us a PlayStation. What year was that? Like 7th, 8th grade for us?
When they came out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Original
they came out
PlayStation.
when maybe we were in 6th grade, but by like, I think when I was going from 7th to 8th grade, we actually got one.
I don't
You might be right. I'm
I'm
trying to think of
gonna,
when
I'm
my
gonna
brother
guess
got it, 'cause I didn't get
1994,
shit.
December 3rd.
Damn it, Jason. So whatever year that was.
Are you serious? PlayStation was out when we were in like 5th grade?
Yeah,
Apparently, Steve just looked it up, and I glanced at the date. That's how I knew.
Wait,
Wait.
in the U.S.?
No, that's when it came out in Japan. It came out 95 in September 95 in America.
Well, still, that's, way sooner than I thought
Yeah.
it was out.
Fuck.
I thought it came out in
I
like
think we
98,
got it.
99.
Yeah, I think we got it in 98 or 99.
That's when I
Anyway,
thought it released. It's probably
So
when
my
I got it.
grandma gets it for us, and she writes on the box for Eric Jr., Robert, and Daniel. And then, I'm not shitting you, she put not Tammy.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it was on the slip. We were all like, and my mom, she was pissed.
Why would you? Okay, I'm being recorded right now. I gotta stop.
Yeah, it was pretty funny though.
That's crazy.
pretty
I think
funny.
I own probably 7, maybe 10 of those PSXs, like the originals. Every one of them works. Just like people were just getting rid of them and throwing them away because they were so popular. In about 2004 or so, you could go out somewhere and people would just be throwing them away, like all over the place.
Yeah.
And they work fine. So I got a bunch of them.
I had a working one, but I don't now. So yeah, there was a couple games on that I loved. I think I loved the Medieval game.
Oh, I
And
fucking
then-
love Medieval. They're doing a remake of that one. Not a
Yeah.
not a whole new game, but like a remastered version of that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Remember that game?
That game
what was
was
it called?
awesome.
Like D or whatever it was. That horror game.
Fuck that game.
Oh my god, that
D?
game fucking terrified the crap out of me when I was a kid.
That game, like it crashed on the console and did weird shit. Like it didn't work right, and it made the game scary.
What was
Yeah.
the game about?
It was about Dracula or some shit like that. But it made the game scary when it would crash because it would do weird shit. Like it would just like a creepy face would pop up in the middle of nowhere, and then it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
The game would just wouldn't
Whoa.
stop. And I was just like, okay, what the fuck?
That sounds like that sounds like L-Bleed on Dreamcast. You'll be walking along and suddenly blood runs down your screen and it says game over. And it's like everything freezes, and if you go and reset it, you won't know this. But if you wait like 30 seconds, it puts you back right where you were, and everything's fine. It just fucks with you.
Yeah, no, this game wasn't doing that. It was just broken.
Yeah.
It was just broken
Yeah,
game.
what was that? What was that? The Metal Gear Solid game
Yeah.
that would fuck with your console. Like tell you like turn it off, and you have to turn it off and turn the console back on. It would go right back to where it was. Like wouldn't even do the loading of like the console turning back on. It would just boom, the game's back on.
I was in the
like-
when you're fighting Psychic Mantis.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
It would fuck with the console. You had to switch your controller over to the other port again, and
Yeah, you
yeah,
had to
it
put
was
it
the same thing when you were fighting that boss in the office. You had to he would predict your moves. You had to
Yeah.
change your controller over to the second player, and he couldn't predict your moves anymore.
Yep.
And then he would talk about all the Capcom games you were playing, or is that a Capcom game? Fuck, Konami game. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that was a really
He's
good
like,
game.
Capcom games fucking suck. I don't know why anybody ever would fucking play them. Fucking terrible. And you're like, why is this guy talking so much shit about Capcom? Oh, this is Konami. I get it now. Yeah, so
Capcom did a good
those
game
are-
once.
I mean, Street Fighter.
That's the one I was
of
thinking.
course. Yeah, I'm
I was thinking
joking.
Street
Like,
Fighter.
I'm just saying, like, that's
Weren't
what a
they the ones that
Konami
did
guy would
Plants
say.
vs Zombies?
No, that's
No.
PopCap.
Oh, that's Cap.
That's PopCap.
Oh, Pop Cap.
And now it's EA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. It
You know
went
they
downhill. EA
fired
bought it.
the guy the creator of that because he didn't want to have pay to win stuff in the loot boxes.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah. They were like, "You're fired." Now, wait, is EA? Wow, Activision and EA are both suffering quite a bit, aren't they?
They're both they switch back and forth between shitty company of the year. This year it's Activision, or I guess maybe last year. No, last year was really EA's kind of fucking stumble. With all the
Battlefront
fucking-
2, they fucking took the cake
Yeah.
with that bitch.
So this year it's going to be Activision.
Maybe.
Maybe EA will take it away. It's still early. We'll
It's
see
still
who-
early.
We'll
EA 's
see
gonna-
how shitty one is. Bethesda was catching up though with
Oh, yeah.
Fallout 76 stuff. Some
But
of their weird shady shit that they were doing.
I
so.
feel like Bethesda's gonna be all right though, because they kind of turned around on their shady shit and started like, okay, we'll do what we said we were gonna do.
Yeah, and then they're making the game better. So
Yeah. So I feel
Well,
like it's a
we'll
race
see.
to see who's the worst between Activision and EA. Still, I'm sure EA will win,
Yeah.
mostly because I don't like EA.
Yeah,
It's always a choice between a giant douche and a turd sandwich.
That's right.
pretty
Always is.
much.
Always will be.
Those fucking games. The
EA
shit's
wouldn't even
called
take
shit.
that much to make me like them more. They just need to get better servers, and I would probably not complain about them at all because that's what pisses me off. I don't care about all the other shit they may or may not do. It's just their damn shitty servers. I want them to work.
Oh, those companies just suck ass because it's all about penny pinching. That's why the servers will never work right because they don't want to fucking make the servers work right because it's going to cost them more money.
And they tend to work okay if you play alone, but when we try to play in a group, it's like, nope, can't play your friends. Sorry, we don't allow.
Yeah, I
that
love
around
what
here.
there's a group on YouTube that I watch. There's this guy named Jack Frags. He makes YouTube videos, and then a couple other guys. One of them I'm like 80% sure is a cheater, not Jack Frags. One of his buddies, I think his name's like, I can't remember now. Anyway, so you watch him play Battlefield, and there's nothing funnier than they'll transition to another match, and it'll just cut two of them out of the group, and then they look at the screen, they're like, please, dice, come on, seriously. You've done this with Battlefield 3, Battlefield, like they basically listed from the first, I guess it was Battlefield 1942 or whatever, all the way until now, and it's still doing the same shit.
yeah,
Can we please fix this?
Well, no, it's part of the primary code. It'll actually blow up the headquarters if they fix it. It's the only thing keeping the bombs from going off.
You could be.
Yeah, these aren't war
Jason,
games.
Jason, you got to get Fallout 76 because I feel like you would be a great nuking buddy because I feel like you'd really get off on that.
I would. Hardcore.
It's really cool when they drop.
I would do that, and maybe eventually I will. I just started playing a game that I am kind of addicted to at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing it for a bit. It is not Minecraft. No, I just started playing No Man's Sky for the first time. I guess that the game's a lot better now than it was when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
And obviously, Jason gets addicted to not the exploring and the mining. No, it's the crafting.
No, it's not even the crafting
facilities.
for him. It's the I'm gonna try to make as much money as I can.
It is. It's all about
as
the
early
money
as possible.
I am finding
Really?
ways to
Yeah.
cheese the game for money. If I wasn't spending money almost as fast as I made it, screwing around with stuff, I would probably have like 10 million already. And I've been playing the game for 2 days, which, I mean, I think it's hard to make 10 million in 2 days on that game when you're new. When you get to be a higher level, I feel like 10 million is probably
Once
like
you get
5
some
minutes
good
of
mining
gameplay.
equipment shit like that, you can take those huge ass mineral pillars down in like no time.
I'm already doing that.
Yeah, and you can just collect just shit tons of money. But actually, your real money is finding the caves,
Already done that too.
and you find the like the cubes and shit like
Yep.
that.
Those aren't worth shit compared to what I'm doing.
What are you getting?
I've been getting a type of, I can't even remember what it's called now. It's a type of acid, though, that can only be mined underwater, and every individual one is worth $650, which is way more than that stuff in the cave.
It's crazy
And
how
so
dollars
if you get it,
made it to the future in space,
know,
guys.
right?
it's not dollars, but whatever they call them. Anyways, so if you got a stack of 250 of
Units?
those, yeah, units. If you have a stack of 250, you are easily getting like 150 grand off a single stack.
That's enough for a ship.
Mm-hmm. I've already bought it.
So I played No Man's Sky on the PC when my back was hurt.
That's what I'm playing it on.
I flew around until I was out of money, but I explored 70, 80 different places until I was out of money, and I think my ship broke or something.
You probably ran out
I
of
can't
fuel.
remember what exactly happened, but I was stranded.
You probably ran out of fuel.
Yeah.
They don't really make it so that you can be stranded anymore. It's every planet has what you need to get off of the planet. So
Yeah, to craft the materials you need to get your shit going. Like
That
like
makes sense,
even
though.
like what is it like? I believe even like the main like story missions to like give you the recipes to craft those things will even change depending on what planet you're on. Like you can. do exactly
I am
over here.
hard addicted to Fallout right now, so I'm not
Yeah.
playing anything else. Like I'm just been like now I have a level 50 something guy and a level I don't know 100 and something guy, and I've just been out like murdering stuff. I'm having lately since I had to leave for 2 days, and I come back and it took like 2 hours to patch 500 megabytes. And then Kelly, she was
like
like,
30
"Here, you
seconds.
can use my phone connection because it hasn't been tethered yet." And it took me like 5. You know, this is ridiculous. Verizon, I did a speed test with her phone. It gets like 13 megabits down.
yeah,
That's pretty fucking good. Like they should be selling that. They should have a thing where you can spend $60. Just be like $60 a month, unlimited tethering. Replace your internet. Like, do you know how many old people would do that?
None. They wouldn't be able to figure out how to work it.
no,
Bullshit.
they'll
You just-
continue
no,
with
it's-
AT&T and
Yeah.
do the DSL forever.
I still got AOL in my house.
Did you guys hear about how some people were able to hack their way into the developers room? Where there's,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Apparently, there's like a bunch of like incredibly high level items, like very powerful shit in there.
Every single one of them got their account banned.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a cutoff of like 1 million carry weight. And then if you have more than that, they ban your account too.
For having too much
So-
carrying
It's
weight?
because they know that you've hacked.
They were duping.
Mm.
Which, I mean, so my opinion on the duping in that game is they come out with an unfinished game, okay? The game crashes a lot, and there's lots of things that happen. Like, okay, so the other day, I load into this place, and I'm kind of low health. I think I have 15% health or something. I'm in power armor, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
if it's frozen while I'm loading in and I'm taking damage from something I can't see, and I cannot use a healing thing because it won't let me do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it just kills me, right? So then I go to respawn, and oh, guess what? I haven't actually loaded into the game all the way. I can't respawn. So all of my junk, everything in there is just gone.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was muling stuff from one area to another. So I had like 1,200 pounds of semi-valuable junk on my character that just went away. It's just pretty fucking annoying. I was like,
So
come
that-
on, like,
That had more to do with your bad internet, though, right? Not a game issue.
no, I was using Kelly's internet. There was not the bad internet. That was just the game. It does that stuff on occasion. It's not a regular thing, but it does it. But see, that's the thing. Later on, I got lucky, and then I found a bunch of the same stuff that I lost.
Yeah, but you could have had
And-
double.
Exactly.
What's
I mean,
that?
You could have had double, though. I mean, I feel like you should dupe it right there and then be like, well, don't ban me, bitches. You're the ones that fucked up and took it away in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I did find it, quotation marks, and I ended up with more than what I started with. But at the same time, like, that's happened to me more than once. Like, I've had several instances of a load into somewhere, and then like a common thing is you will try to go to like the Scorch Beast Queen and fight her. And on occasion, if there's somebody who's like, if you're duping it, like people say, oh yeah, people who are duping like fuck the servers up. That's not true. I'm sure that that's not the case, because I've been around some people who, like, I traded with a guy who just gave me a gun, and he had like 68,000 or 70, or I don't know. He had maybe it was 670,000 carry weight. Everything was fine. Like, he set a bag down. It didn't take forever to load. Everything was fine. But then there are people who were doing this carry weight bug that would get infinite carry weight, and then you'd get around stuff, and you'd like look at inside of a container, and it'll sit there and spin for like 30 seconds. It won't load the items in because they're actually fucking the game up.
Yeah, I've
'Cause
experienced
the
that
game
quite
is
a
like-
bit.
Yeah, that's
And that's on the
who's doing
Xbox.
that is the infinite carry weight guys. And then they allegedly fixed the dupe glitch and the carry weight thing. But now, like, I've been getting kicked off the game like a lot. And I mean, I'm not doing anything I'm not supposed to. It's just kicking me off the game. So
Then you probably just
I
getting
don't know.
some bad matches and shit like that, where there's just people in there doing stupid shit and.
I
fucking
don't
it
know.
up.
I mean, and then the other thing that is nice, like, is I have not had anybody griefing me.
Yeah, I
At
never
all.
actually. I mean, honestly, actually, my first a set of power armor in the frame was literally just given to me by some random person. I walked outside of a building, for a mission. I'm looking at my map and I heard someone walk up. I'm like, oh fuck! And they kind of stop. I'm like, what are they doing? And they see the power armor appears because they weren't even. They weren't even wearing one. They just drop it and they just run away. I'm like, is this mine?
Yeah,
It's
kidding
like,
you.
just fucking
That
just
was
gone.
nice.
So I'm like, fuck, dude, thank you, man. That's fucking cool of you to give me an extra,
Yeah.
power armor, shit like that, So
Yeah, I got a plan for a light machine gun from some dude like that. And then, like I said, this other guy, we just did this event where it's called like uranium something or other,
yeah.
and you shoot some legendaries. And he goes, oh yeah, I bet everybody got crap items again. And I was like, yeah, I think I got like a scorched, like a plus 30% to scorched rolling pin or some like just terrible. It was like
Yeah.
level 22. So the guy gave me an explosive Gatling gun.
Oh, nice.
He's just like, here, dude, you want this? And he just put it in a bag on the ground. I was like, really? He even gave me like 1,500 ammo. I was like, that was fucking nice.
Yeah. That
that
is
gun
one
is
thing
my
I do
main
have a trouble with is
squeeze.
fucking ammo.
So
Oh, ammo. Oh my
would
God.
this movie be possible now? Like, to make a nowadays movie of this? First of all, the kids get
No.
run away. They're like instantly nobody's gonna fucking hitchhike or let them hitchhike. They probably wouldn't
No.
be allowed on a fucking bus by themselves without some kind of note. So they'd have to forge some kind of note. Plus, just
The tournament would have to be some kind of different type of gaming tournament.
they
Maybe
do
like
they do gaming tournaments though. They wouldn't be an arcade one. It'd be they do gaming tournaments that
No,
are
yeah.
Fortnite,
yeah.
Fortnite, or like
definitely
Call of
it'd
Duty.
be a lot of people dabbing. So a
Ugh.
lot of that.
So many
A
dabs.
Why is
lot
that
of
still a thing?
I don't know.
Oh god, it is
Jeez.
though.
So, I don't think they could do it again. I think that when the movie was made was at like the peak time to make a movie like this. Games now are too complicated. Even something like a Halo competition, it's just, I don't think a kid that age would be able to handle the.
Well, no, it's also not to mention
ability
like
to
if
do
it were
that.
like nowadays, like while they're playing, they'd be calling each other some pretty bad
Oh,
names
yeah.
that we can't.
If you want to be in a tournament, you're not going to say any of that shit. You're going to
That's
get
true.
banned real
You get
fast.
banned.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, now
Yeah.
that and that's actually how the tournament is won. It's not who did the best; it's who can refrain from saying those things the longest. Whoever did it the longest is the one who actually wins those tournaments nowadays.
So you're saying I have a chance?
I'm saying you have a chance. I'm saying Jason
Ricky, you're
has
not
no
wrong.
chance.
I don't talk shit to people online ever.
Jason just unplugs his mic.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Or he saved it just for us.
There was a time. There was a time back in about Halo 2 era where I might have actually had a chance at a professional competition in Halo. Steve and I would play a lot, and it's like literally you could poke his head out and he was at insta death every time. Like I never missed a shot.
It
But
was so much fun, guys.
I can't play like that anymore.
I had a lot of fun doing that.
One time I shot him with a sniper rifle when he ran between these two buildings. I shot him like spot on, no problem. Headshot, dropped him. He came out, shot him again, no problem. But I killed myself because it bounced off the wall after hitting him, came back and hit me in the head. Got a double kill killing myself. But I can't play like that anymore. There's not a fucking chance. I miss every shot now.
Plus, I learned how to use grenades.
That
That's
helps.
true. Plus, Steve is like, nowadays they have easier dick shots, and Steve crushes everyone at that.
He crushes people with dick shots. That's right.
I
And
just
that was
need
his
games
problem
to
when
actually
he was-
count. I just need games to actually count those. As
There
like
are a few games
higher
out there
hit.
that
Like headshots, I know.
that
They
don't
should,
count
yeah.
that.
Yeah, there's that one that I don't remember the name of right now that had a whip and you could like kick people, and it had a fucking ridiculous voiceover guy for it.
Yeah.
Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
That one you would get headshot when you shot somebody in the dick. And you get extra
I
points
want
for
to
it.
see.
So.
You know what I want to see? I want South Park's next game to be a first-person shooter, and every time you shoot somebody in
God,
the
no,
dick,
we don't need another.
I want Cartman
South Park
to go,
first-person.
"Don't shoot guys in the dick."
God.
Did you
That'd be so
play
funny.
Did you play the South Park first person game back in the day?
Oh my god, that was so fucking
It
terrible.
was the biggest sack of shit. It was basically it was just snowball fights, and you could power the snowballs up by pissing on them. But then you get other weapons too, where you get like a cow gun that turns somebody. I think you would make them do the little dance that Cartman
Yeah, I
does
would do the
in,
dance thing. You get like
first
Nerf
season.
guns and shit like that, and you'd have to fight a giant fucking turkey.
It was such a sack of shit.
Oh god, yeah,
It was so bad, and that's why
Yeah,
they
but
didn't make
alright,
games forever.
What if they made a good one of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, honestly, like most of us were terrified when we heard that South Park was making another game when they made the Stick of Truth. We're like, oh god, not another one of these.
Well, I don't know. Like, I wonder what their next one's gonna be because they've had two tactics RPG games, one fantasy, one superhero. So they're gonna go sci-fi with it. Maybe they'll change it up and make the next South Park game into a shooter. I don't know.
It needs to be like a Mortal Kombat fighting type game, but it starts, you go and choose your weapons from the vendor who sells all the kids weapons in that one episode where they hit Kenny in the eye with the ninja star.
And everybody
or not
looks like
Kenny,
they're-
Butters.
that was
it was
Butters.
Butters, yeah.
And everybody looks like their anime version.
Yes,
themselves.
everybody looks like the anime version of themselves, like when they're showing it all
Yeah.
anime style. And so you play like that. So it's like a Street Fighter South Park combo.
With the whole "Let's Fighting Love" song.
Yes. You start out looking like South Park, and once you choose your weapon, you turn into the fighter that looks to fit the weapon. It'd be
That'd
great.
be cool.
Now, when that comes out, everybody, we get profit from that, right?
God no.
I would be happy if they let me voice somebody on their show
Oh,
for
Like,
like
for one
stale
episode?
wages.
Yeah.
I'm not even shitting you. If they paid me for one episode, I would be like so fucking happy.
You want to be Randy's brother?
Wouldn't that be cool if
No.
I ended up being a recurring character?
He could play South Park Rick for one episode.
You know what I want to be? I want to be Randy's lover in one episode.
So you want to be the Indian guy?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. No, that role should go to a Native American. I want to play a new one.
He'll play himself.
Yeah, Stan. Stan, your dad wants to talk to you, Stan.
All right, what rating did you guys give this?
I gave this movie. I'm in between 3.5 and 4 stars, so somewhere in there.
3 3/4.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I liked it. It was pretty good. I felt like Fred Savage was the perfect kid to be like the dipshit who was kind of competent enough to help the kid.
Yeah,
You know,
to play the
like,
Tom Cruise to this guy's the kid's
Goose?
Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I mean, it's weird though. The two kids really reminded me of my brother and I, but
Yeah.
like obviously my brother was not exactly like the other kid. I mean, there was some similarities with the quietness, and you know how you guys have seen his weird focus like that kid has, where it's a little bit creepy, and you're like, this guy's some kind of a fucking cyborg or something. What the hell's going on with this guy?
That made perfect sense for this kid though, because being autistic, I mean, you are extremely good at certain things. So that his thing was video games. He could just pick them up and do it.
I didn't think he was autistic. I thought he was just traumatized over his sister dying.
That is questionable. You might be right. It could have been a traumatized over the sister dying thing.
It was his twin.
I mean,
so,
it's definitely
yeah.
like one of those
Yeah.
movie things where, you know, they encounter something and then gain a special ability.
Yeah,
Where in real life you just fall apart and have a hard time and then end
Mhm.
up doing drugs on the side of the road.
been there, done that, right?
Damn it, Kelly.
oh man, what's up, Ethan? Kelly, what rating?
2.5.
Ricky?
2.
And for nostalgia purpose, I'm going to give it 4.
Okay, and I gave it 3.5 stars. Next week's movie is my choice, and I was thinking about choosing Bird Box. I don't know if anybody wants to watch that movie though.
Have you guys
a
seen
good movie.
that kids are actually trying to do the Bird Box challenge and drive down the street blindfolded?
Yeah, 'cause
I
they're fucking
seen
idiots.
that.
And
like
they're
that's
killing
so
themselves.
stupid.
That is so awesome if
The
they
car
only
is
kill
a
themselves.
weapon. I mean, you got to take it serious.
If
They
they
legit
only
are.
if they
Dumbass.
only kill themselves, I think it's a good
Jason.
thing. It's weeding out stupid people.
We are on a podcast.
Not if they're under 18. Then
Not
it's
if they're
just
under
bad.
18.
Yeah.
Then their
it's just
parents
sad.
should be slapping
Yes,
them
once they're
around.
legally of
their
a
parents'
legal
fault.
age of consent, then yeah, sure, whatever. Anything goes.
So I don't know. Do you guys want to watch that? I can choose something else.
Do we even
I
have
was
it?
interested in. Did you have 2 choices or?
Oh, it'll probably be some kind of superhero movie. So we'll just do that one. We'll watch Bird Box next week.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
It's something that's everybody's watching right now. Everybody's talking about it. So
Yeah, might as well.
get in
join
on
right
that,
in.
right?
Yeah,
That's
let's
right.
fucking all jump
And
on the
we'll do a
goddamn
little video
bandwagon.
before. We'll make Jason do the Bird Box challenge. We're gonna paint over his brand new car's windows. He's got the newest car that's got little sensors and stuff on it. So it's the only way we're gonna know
Exactly.
if he's gonna hit anything. So
So now, what if you made a self-driving car to the Bird Box challenge? You just like paint over its sensors and just drive it down the road and just see how long it lasts.
So you're saying the car can't? Well, you gotta just watch the movie.
Yeah.
All right. So next week we'll watch Bird Box. If nobody has anything else, that's gonna be it for us.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
I still got to do this.
Thanks
thing.
for watching, people.
We're still doing this.
Oh yeah.
Send
hold
us
on.
send Ricky Ding Dong pics. He loves them.
Don't send them to Jason.
Make sure you
Co-host.
guys like and
That's where
subscribe.
I'll
Go
get
to
forwarded anyways.
Facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, YouTube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, Twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, Mixer.com/Turkadir, and twitch.tv/turketerplays. You can also follow us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turketer. You can follow Erik on Twitter at
Quick and Severe.
You can follow Kelly on Twitter at
Sugar Snuggles.
Oh, stripper snuggles. I should have been
No.
yawning when she said that.
Sugar.
Sugar snuggles, yes.
Jason's new Twitter name is Stripper Snuggles.
Stripper Snuggles.
I like it.
Ricky, you can follow Ricky on Twitter at
Furry Twitter balls.
You can follow Jason on Twitter at
Unbelievable one.
He's like, Stripper Snuggles.
I wanted to say that, yeah.
You can
Not
also
official yet, Jason.
You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at hepgaming.com. Each one of those names individually at hepgaming.com. You find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/RogueAdventure Productions and twitch.tv/TurketerPlays. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends, and we'll talk to you guys on Wednesday as we play something. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we'll figure that out on Wednesday, 7:30. Also, join us next Sunday starting at 7 o'clock as we talk about Bird Box. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you then.
See ya.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
There we go.
Bye.
Get both my hands on screen.